90 seconds away from a win, and Nedeljkovic completely implodes. Marty, it's happened to every single goalie that's played the game. Your concentration slips for just a second, and then things go horribly wrong. Does this bring back any bad memories for you personally?
Well, obviously, you go viral sometimes with some of these moments, and the Tomas Hertl goal where he went between the legs and was able to roof it in San Jose when I was with the Rangers. My second to last game in my career, that one went viral. But mostly, I think of Sidney Crosby's goal in 2009 in a 4-4 game. I skated out to the tops of the circle. I didn't want to cover the puck. I tried to throw it in the neutral zone. It didn't work. He ended up with a tip. That was the game-winning goal. But you know what, Gino? For every blunder that a goalie has, there's always a moment sometimes where miraculously you're going to shine. When I went to the corner in Philadelphia and I got bumped by John LeClair, and then the puck got to the slot to Andy Delmore, and he shot it, and I dove like Superman with my stick, and I made a save. Well, that also made the top 10. So for every bad one, there's always maybe one good one.
Excellent point, and that was fun to watch. Now, even when Nedeljkovic gaffed, he still had a chance to save the day in overtime, but instead, it just got worse for him on the game winner. When something like that happens, how does a goalie get past it without letting things escalate like they did on Thursday night?
Well, the problem is that Nedeljkovic's blunders were towards the end of the game, and you don't have a lot of time to recover. Like if you make a blunder in the first period, you're thinking, okay, I'm just going to focus on the next shot, on the rest of the game. You know, that stuff happens. I'm not going to worry about it. But Nedeljkovic is also a really good puck-playing goaltender. And not only did he have a blunder on a Jack Eichel shot from center ice, but then he had a blunder on the puck-playing play, which is something that doesn't happen often. Nedeljkovic has scored goals in all three like pro leagues, and he's been really good with the puck. So that to me is why maybe that was a little bit more uncharacteristic, because his strength was one of the things that let him down in what happened in San Jose against Vegas.
What's harder to recover from, Marty? A single stinker that goes viral and lives on in the top 10 blunders, or a total game-long butt kicking when you're just completely off your game?
Yeah, a game-long butt kicking. That is always harder to come back because you always think like, man, I couldn't stop a beach ball. Sometimes I didn't even know where my net was. You look back and you say, I have so many things to work on. A blunder, one in a million type of situation, you just forget about it. Now, I know you're going to be, watched on highlights for years and years to come. But I always hated going back home after a game thinking I was totally not myself from the start of the game to the end, or to whenever the coach decided to pull me. And those are hard to come out of. You have to do a lot of video. You have to rely on what you've done since you've been playing as a youngster and only look forward. But looking back sometimes is very painful when you have a terrible game as opposed to just one mistake.
What's almost lost in all this, the Sharks opened the season on a 9-game losing streak last year. They were just over a minute away from a win in their home opener. And then Nedeljkovic completely collapses. That hurts.